I've always started as what is the problem we're trying to solve here before we pursue any initiative. This is not meant to be a rude picture to you all. My view is that banks are not differentiated. We all are kind of alike. Choice of the picture is my assistant, and she's probably thinking more about me than the audience here. Right? But if we've done it before, at the start of a review of our strategy a couple of years ago, we went out with a survey and asked customers, and surveyed customers against our peers, and a whole series of points where we looked at from does the bank act in the best interest of customers, bank has the strongest financial foundation, provide consistently good service, provide best value for money. And we found that when we measured ourselves against our peers, we all were bunched and grouped together. So basically, at the end of the day, the customer base out there looked at, all these banks are alike, there's hardly any difference. Hence, I think that's one part of it. But for us, we looked at it at the business this way, whereby we need to shift the business. We want to evolve our consumer banking business. And I will talk about these 4 areas along the way. But, they're not discrete, but you find that as you look through it, they're all interconnected in a very tightly coupled way. What I mean in terms of product-centric, customer-centric, I think in the past, we see that a lot of institutions that basically develop products, come out with innovative products, and you go out and start pitching products. 2 years ago, again, when I started the assignment, I opened the Straits Times, one of our key English newspapers, and there it was. We had 5 full-page ads on that day from 5 different product groups. Right? They weren't talking to each other. They were just selling products. Which customer were they going after that? It was after anybody that would read the newspaper. So I think that is sometimes symptomatic of the industry itself. We changed the organization. So we say that, look, we've got to stop the tail wagging the dog and reorganize ourselves along customer product lines. So the key managers actually took charge of specific target segments, and then we supported it with the different product units. So we took away the product silos and had the business units run the business. So this is the new organization that we function with today. Now, internet banking, I think we talk a lot about internet banking today, and I really look at it a lot broader, right? I think we want to define it as digital banking. So, yes, we got our products out on iPhone, on iPad, on internet, on Android, but is that enough? Is that what you call internet banking or digital banking? That's clearly not enough, because we would like to build in customer experience to it. What I mean by that, this is a typical screenshot. You may not be able to see it, but there's a heavy use of jargon to make a payment on the internet, pay third-party intermediaries, clearing bank, functioning bank. It's horrible if you got to be in the industry to understand this when you log on to the internet. And we threw the whole system away. And here, when we talk about fund transfer now, very simple English, no terminology. And when we say a fund transfer, you want to make a fund transfer to your own OCBC account, to someone else's OCBC account, to another bank account in Singapore, to a bank account overseas. Simple English without jargon. Trust me, this is very difficult to do. It's a lot easier to do the previous slide, but this takes a lot of time to re-engineer the whole internet banking system and take out every conceivable banking jargon and terminology, which all of us are very familiar with, but none of our customers are. So this is speaking with the customer and engaging the customer in his language. This is another product, a service which we just rolled out. Now, the whole thing is really anchoring the client relationship. I'll talk about big data later on, but I think there was earlier presentations where you look at the hits and coming into your websites and all that. But beyond that, with the internet, if you are a customer that use OCBC as your primary account and an OCBC card as your primary credit card, this is what we provide on the internet, or on your iPhone or on your Android phone today, and your entire spend pattern analysis. And beyond that, we show you within your peer group, if you're 28 years old, you're a professional, you're living in this particular district in Singapore, this is the rest. We will compare you and your spend patterns to your investment pattern, to your savings pattern, against your peers in that same age group, within that set of demographics, how do you stand? This is tremendous amount of details for the customer to evaluate his own financial position, and then for us to have a clear view as well. We launched Pay Any Card as another function whereby, hey, we gave up, okay, look, you're not going to use only OCBC card. We know you like to use other cards, so go ahead, we'll help you to pay the other cards. And again, we picked up a tremendous amount of information where we found out where our customers was using, which credit card our customers were using. One other problem, if we talk about, again, digital, beyond the internet, what do you do in your branch network? When was the last time you opened a bank account or went into a bank and set up a new relationship? How many forms did you have to fill? I recall that I went into one particular international bank to open a stock trading account. They gave me about 6 sets of forms, and all the forms asked for my name, my IC number, my address, and it was the same question, but of course the forms were all different color coded. But it was the same information. It is a very, very painful process. Today in OCBC, when you walk into your branch, that right-hand box there is a screen which we share with the customers, whereby we take the customer identity card or passport, we scan it, and everything gets captured and digitized immediately and mapped onto a screen. And then we have a 10-minute conversation with the customer and capture all the relevant detail. At the end of the conversation, customer signs on the digital pad and the work is all done. The account is open. We don't have a single piece of paper on the table, not in our branch. And better still, we don't have all the processing in our operations department because that's all digitized, loaded into our multiple product groups and stored and into our data center, into our data warehouse. That's digital banking. There's a customer experience that comes in without having the need to fill in multiple forms and without having to figure out jargon and terminology. And for us as a bank, we found out a ton more information, and better still, the experience that we found that when you share your computer screen with your client, with your customer, instead of making them look at the back of your computer screen, you have somebody doing a second level check for you. So when when the officer is keying details onto the screen, you actually have the customer stop you halfway and say, wait a minute, that's wrong. My phone number is 25 and not 52. So these are our level of accuracy went up from 99.9 to 99.99999. Now the next part of it is here in terms of what the speak within the banking community, that we like to provide excellent customer service. That's passe, that's everybody says that. For us, what is the customer experience that we want to provide to our client base? From the start, on an initiation, the moment of truth is somebody coming in to open an account to when he starts transacting. What is the customer experience like? So we redefined it. We've also set up a new customer experience team. Team consists of, we have about 20 strong person team inside there. People background with architects, engineers, no bankers in there, hardly any bankers in there, designers, industrial designers, and a team of very young and energetic bankers working alongside with them. So some of the results, this is one of our latest branches which we opened. We also want to redefine banking. I think banking can be an engaging, a pleasant, and a beautiful experience, right? This is a branch which we just opened in Thompson Road, and this is another branch which we recently opened. We don't like cookie cutters approach, right? We like this concept of horses for courses, based on your segments, where your targets are, what are the volumes are, what are you going to do. In our main banking hall, we run quarterly, bi-monthly art exhibitions. Now behind that beauty, we don't want to be a dumb blonde either. It's got to have a heart, it has got to have a brain. We're the first bank to be awarded a plain English award. Now this again is an extremely grueling, painful, but again rewarding exercise. Take all your forms, every single brochure form that you have in your bank, tell your lawyer, your whole legal team, bring the whole legal team up and tear up all the forms. We do not want forms with tons of legal verbiage and jargon which we ourselves do not understand as bankers. which none of our customers understand. So this took the last 2 years for us, and we've redesigned every single form, document inside the bank. This is a standard form, the accordion form, which is what I used to call it. These are the slip-ins that you find in the ATM machines. When you open it up, it opens up like an accordion. It runs across the table this way with lots of verbiage. Now, to produce a form like this, I think it's a couple of hours' work. Take this form, deconstruct it, and produce a form like this. It takes weeks using the designers and the product people, and then also testing it with your focus groups, with customer groups. That, do you understand the illustration, the simple English and the diagrams? Does it communicate the product features? Is it transparent? Do we show everything inside there? This takes a lot of work. Right. So the last thing is connecting all the other boxes is about, again, the old speak of let's do a lot more data mining. I think today we're all in the world of big data, and I think everyone here has talked a lot about it. We take this very, very seriously. For us, big data starts from what's your customer profile base. It's all about segmentation and sub-segmentation, knowing exactly from demographics, age group, where they stay. We have all that data inside there. Family units, how many family units within the same address? We have that all. Now, one of the people in my team actually swears that he can tell which customer is pregnant. And yes, he did show me the proof. So with analytics, and if you look at segmentation in a way, it tells you a lot of things, right? What segment? Then we talk about relevant conversations with the customer base. So it's all about segmentation, insights, and then providing solutions, and finding a way of differentiating ourselves. Thank you.